All right, good afternoon. I'll give you a brief update on the Buy Me a Coffee Fund. I haven't written any figures down this time, so this is just off the cuff from what I can remember. Um, so may not be 100% accurate. Um, there's currently $485 and change in the account. That's U.S. funds. That translates to just shy of $700 Canadian funds, around 680 Canadian funds. I'm going to put in to transfer whatever's in the account as of Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, 2 days from now, into my bank account. So they do that on Wednesday. They transfer things. Well, they transfer it to what they call a Stripe account, and the Stripe account puts it in the bank. So it'll be sometime after that, probably Thursday or Friday, that it goes into the bank. The account is still up and active, and that's where we're at. Now, as far as spending goes, I can't give you anything precise. I can tell you that I have bought some chemicals for the truck that I ran through it in the hopes of curing it of this backfiring and stalling issue. Some gas line antifreeze in case some water got into it. I thought that might be the cause of it. And also some gas line antifreeze. And the gas line antifreeze, and also some fuel injector cleaner because it has throttle body fuel injection. I'm not really sure if that's worked or not. It doesn't seem like it has, because since then it's still been backfiring and stuff. Although it didn't do it at all yesterday when I had it out, so I really don't know. I mean, I can't figure it out. I'll just have to keep my eye on it and see if it still does it. At some point soon, I have to take it in for a lower transmission mount and transmission lines, because the cooling lines are leaking and the transmission mount is completely gone. And so the mechanics told me he can push the transmission up a foot, so it's not in there very good. That may also be a big part of the reason that I'm having trouble with it slipping, not wanting to go into gear properly and stuff. Plus, I've also noticed that if I put it in park on a hill, sometimes it'll hold and sometimes it won't, which kind of indicates that things aren't lining up very well, which if the transmission is falling out of the truck would explain they wouldn't be lining up very well. Other times the parking pin engage is fine, so anyway, I have to put the parking brake on anytime I park the truck because I can't take a chance of it rolling, So the parking brake holds it in place anyway if the parking pin doesn't. And it's a good practice anyway to use your parking brake. But even if you don't have these sorts of problems. But anyway, that's where we're at. That's what's happening currently. I've also bought a good set of rubber boots for when I go back to work. They're also rated for chainsaw, and they have a steel toe in them and stuff. So that'll be really good. I need to put some insoles in them though because they're really uncomfortable, and they're going to be hard to deal with when I'm working, when I'm on my feet all day and moving around in them. They're going to be hard to work with, But there's that. And also, I did also buy a really good set of work gloves. I got the boots and the gloves for less money because I bought them at the PV Mart, which is closing. So I got a real good set of, what they call them, welder's gloves. And I got those pretty cheap. I mean, they're like $10 for the pair. They'd normally be over 20. The welder's gloves are good too because when I'm throwing stuff onto the bonfire, when I'm burning all the brush and stuff that I'm cutting down, and the trees that I'm cutting down, sparks fly up and stuff like that. So the welder's gloves are good for that too because they're not so easy to burn through. Anyway, I needed new gloves for sure because the gloves I used all last year are just rotten now. They're all full of holes and they're no longer doing the job anyway, so they needed to be replaced. But that's about it. That's what's going on. That's just a little update on the Buy Me a Coffee Fund. Thank you to all who have contributed. It's much appreciated. Oh, I also paid to have my taxes done out of the Buy Me a Coffee Fund. That was $610. I'm supposed to be getting $6,700 back, roughly. Maybe a little less because the government is claiming that I owed them some money related to GST or so. I don't understand that, but that's what they're saying. And so the tax preparer wasn't able to find out what that's about. Either she tried, but she couldn't find out why or what their justification was. So she said they may take that or they may not, but I'm owed roughly $6,700 in back taxes. My plan for that money is to pay down my line of credit completely, get it down to zero, and to use also some of that money to fix my truck, put the transmission mount and the transmission lines in it. And that's basically it. Anyway, there'll be a little money left over after that, but not very much. So that's my plan anyway. And I guess we'll talk to y'all later. Starting to get out of debt. Starting to. And it's a nice feeling. I've been trying really hard to get out of debt, and it's been tough. So, anyway, that's it. Much appreciation to anyone who's contributed. Much appreciation to anyone who watches the channel, whether you've contributed to the Buy Me a Coffee Fund or not. It doesn't matter. I still appreciate that you watch the channel and did you take an interest in what Rocky and I are up to. And that's it. We'll talk to y'all later.